Gonna jump over to the UFC. We had the big one, the main event, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. We had Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Wow, Topuria is special. He said it all week. He said, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. He went out there and he did it. He set it up beautifully, working the jab up and down, snuck the right hand behind it, caught the southpaw Oliveira. Kind of similar to what you were just saying with the Schofield-Farmer fight and setting it up. Devastating right hand. Unbelievable performance. Nobody has done that to Charles Oliveira. That's Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Oliveira. 3 brutal knockouts in a row versus 3 great fighters. What'd you think? How special is Ilia Topuria, the now 2-weight division world champion?
You know what I think, bud? This is what I think. Who's next?
Well, really, we got a taste in the ring after.
Yeah.
Paddy the Baddy, it looks like.
Yeah, but he's been on our show, Paddy the Baddy. You know, because that's a big money fight. And, I mean, listen, I like Paddy. I think he's gotten better. I think he's improved. There's no doubt about it. He's a tough guy, all that. But I'm not picking him over Topuria. I mean, I'm just not. He keeps his chin up too high in the air. I know he's got a good chin, but he keeps it up too high, and this guy's going to find your chin. So, but look, I'm taking nothing away from Paddy the Baddy. He's a great promoter. He's a work in progress. He's gotten better. He really has. He showed me something against Chandler. He really looked terrific in that fight. I think he's on the upswing. I think he's only getting better, but I don't think he's at this level yet for this kind of fight or the style of this guy, and this guy, he also showed you, Topuria, he also showed you that what a complete package he is. Yeah, he's a great striker. I mean, he is. I don't think there's any doubt he's the best striker in the UFC right now, probably in the MMA world, period. But, man, he's great on the floor, too. He's great on the floor. His grappling skills and everything else that goes with that. There's no weakness. There's no apparent. And the thing he has, what Cus D'Amato used to say, that Cus told me the only people he ever saw that had this was Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali. Supreme confidence. Really the belief that you could strap him to a lie detector and the line's going to be straight. It's going to be flat. They do not believe anybody can beat them. They do not believe it's possible. They do not believe they can lose. And it doesn't mean they can't, but it means that's what they believe. And there's a strength to that. There's a power to that. But I want to quickly analyze. What can you analyze in a 2-minute, whatever? I don't know how long it was, but it was less than a round. But in a couple minutes, people say, well, there's nothing to analyze. He hit him with the right hand and then the left hook a little bit, and then, of course, it was over, and then he hit him with a few of those. That's where you need a referee. By the way, please, let's always make sure these referees in UFC boxing, too, but that they are ready to get in there before those hammer fists come when the guy's out, because that's scary. I mean, he's out and he's still got to hit 2 hammer fists because these guys are animals in a good way. I'm not saying a bad way. They know that these guys come back sometimes. So in their mind, it's conquer or be conquered. It's brutal. Even though you drop the guy and you think he's out, you got to make sure he's out. You got to jump on him and finish him and make sure he's not getting up, because they've learned the lesson that if you don't do that, sometimes guys do get up. And that's their mentality. It has to be their mentality. But that's where the referee has to be there. The referee didn't do a terrible job, but he's still, I know it's hard, but you got to be close where you could jump in there before those last 2 hammer fists get delivered. And they did get delivered. Thank God that Oliveira is okay. But that's one thing I think I wouldn't be responsible as the person I try to be if I didn't point that out. That's so important in this business, in my business in boxing, but also in UFC, for the referee to be in there right on time, right on time before one too many is thrown or landed. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna take. People are gonna say, Teddy, what can you break down? What is there with a couple-minute devastating knockout that we didn't already see? I'm going to take you quickly through what the subtleties that you might have missed. Yeah, Teddy, he landed the right hand, he went down, the left hook came out. It wasn't a perfect left hook, but that came behind it. No, there's so much more in there. And I'll tell you what more is in there. First, he landed a hard jab, a long jab. Nobody's talking about that. About 3 seconds earlier, he landed a hard jab. You know what that was? That was his truth finder. That was him. That was the war. That was the warrior. That was the general. You got to have a general. You can't just have soldiers. You got to have the guy with the mind, the general that's leading the soldiers. That was the general on the horse that said to his scouts, go out ahead, ride up a couple thousand yards and see what's there and come back and report to me. And they came back and reported to him. That jab was the scouts riding up a couple thousand yards, in this case, a couple feet, to see what the story was. When he threw that jab, and I think Ben's going to get it for us. Really, I want you guys to appreciate more than just the brute force and power and destruction that you already appreciate. I want you to appreciate what goes into that. Really, what goes behind the scenes, what goes into this brutal, what seems to be a brutal sport. The part that we don't always get a chance to appreciate. He threw that hard, long jab. Bop! And guess what? It landed. It landed hard, and it landed clean. Immediately, the scouts came back and told him, his head's not moving. His head is straight in front of you. It's a station. It's on a line in front of you. You can hit him with something else. Now you can bring the big artillery. You can bring the tanks in now. You can bring the cannons now. So he hits him the big punch. Boom. Wow. He's right there. Now what does he do? Now he takes a little step back. Just a little. It's so. It is just the intangible things. It's so subtle. He takes a little bit of a step back to get Oliveira to react off that jab. He knows how he's going to react. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to look for get back. He's going to start to come in. And as Oliveira starts to come in, he starts a flash jab like we talked about in the Schofield fight, and we talked about with Rocky Marciano knocking out Jersey Joe. He started a flash jab, but notice it. He started it on the left side. He didn't start it down the middle. A little on the left side to have his eyes go over, divert. There. Boom! He never finished the jab. He just started it to divert Oliveira's eyes to that side, and then a straight right hand on the chin, clean. That was it. Left hook behind it. He didn't turn it over perfect, but the left hook behind it. But it was the right hand, and it was the setup. It was the delivery. It was magnificent. It was a brutal sport. Had something very sweet in there to be able to get that result. I just want people to appreciate that, to see that, to understand that. He is the real package. He really is. I mean, he's physically the package. He's technically the package. He's mentally the package. And he's got what I always talk about, what great champions have to have. He's smart. He's cerebral. He thinks. He digests things. He breaks things down in his mind. He's great.